Okay, so we are in our patch window right now. This is sort of like the analog patch base of the past. Exactly like that. Only we need to touch to patch instead of like taking cables and stuff like that. So it makes things incredibly easy. All the devices that are connected will show up in the top section over here. If you have more IO connected, they will show up and then you can patch. Just you need to keep in mind which is your send and where you are sending it as the destination. So if you are in input, you'll see it is from your IO to the inputs, while in the case of your direct outs or your mix buses to the IO. So just keep that in mind to check this section, which will give you a very good idea of what to do. So for example, if I have to show you how I would do a patch, I have a virtual sound check loaded up over here. So I want to send it to the input B section. I want to keep the input A free for the actual band, and I can run the virtual sound check in input B. So I want to send from my MacBook to the input B. So I'm just gonna get rid of these two. So only my MacBook is selected, and I know that I am using till channel 22. So I can just touch and patch, or I can also use a mouse and patch it like this. It's a bit easier to channel 22. So now it's patched to channel 22. So now if I go ahead, play this, and also I flip to AB, and I go into my mixer, so you can see the levels coming in. If I hit stop, the levels stop. Obviously, if I flip AB again, you will not see any signal because the patching is going into input B, right? Similarly, if I want to use my Ionic 24 as the output device for my LR, so we can do that as well. So I'll just select the Ionic and I'll select output over here. So in the mix buses section, I can just find my LR, right? And currently I have two speakers connected to outputs 13 and 14. So I'm just gonna patch them in, right? So they are patched in. So now we should be able to hear sound when we send the signal. We're gonna flip to the B inputs and we're gonna have signal. So now when I raise the level and I raise the LR, I can hear my kick drum. So that way I can also raise the snare drum. So if I want to raise my bass guitar, I can do that. Right? So this is basically how you route using the patch window. For now, I'm just going to again flip back to my A inputs because we don't need this at the moment. So similarly, we also have internal routing. Internal routing is where you want your channels to go to a group. So for example, I want my channel 1 to 4, let's say, to go into group 1. I can do that. So now all channel 1, 2, 3 and 4 are going into group 1. So I can control their levels using group 1, or I can use the group 1 as an output to maybe certain speaker. Multiple ways you can use this. Same thing goes for the matrices for linked DCAs and mute groups. So very simple stuff. And another bonus thing over here is internally you can also send to different servers. So if you are running a lot of plugins, maybe one server might not be enough for you. So you can have a B server, C server, D server, and you can send it to different servers. You can send different channels to be processed by different servers and get a more efficient efficient operation for the console. We also have our device-to-device patching. So this is great for direct outs. Let's say you want to connect a mic directly to the output. Let's try one of these. So I have connected a microphone to the input 1 of our local I/O. So classic I/O, this is my input. It's going to send signal to our output device, which is the ionic. So from classic I/O channel 1, I want to go into 13, 14 of ionic. So 13 and 14, I want them. Yes. So if I talk in the microphone, you'll be able to hear me from the speakers. So these are like direct device to device connections. I'm just going to remove them because I don't need it. Similarly, I can patch things into our local media for recording purposes, or I can send things back into my MacBook. And lastly, we have our delay groups. So delay groups, maybe you want to time align different speakers and stuff from your ionic, whatever your output I/O is, you want to delay align them. You can use your delay groups over here. So this is a basic overview of the patch window. This is basically the most important tab for routing in the whole console. So understanding the patch window gives us a good idea of how we can route stuff internally and externally with the LV1 Classic. In the next video, we are going to go into our show tab. The show tab is basically for our sessions, templates, scenes, etc.